June 2025, just £3,000 amount to over 41,000 Ghana cedis. How then do you compare, let's say, 40,000 Ghana cedis to mere 3,000 Ghana cedis? Clearly, this is part of the reasons leaders of developed countries succeed in filling the void left by dissatisfied citizens in their healthcare system. This attracting foreign nurses to Ghana, how will you keep them? Even in advanced countries like US and UK, nurses are not paid very well, and citizens in the profession complain a lot. They just don't complain. It is said that health workers or healthcare professionals in these countries quit working in the healthcare sector to find jobs in other fields of work. I can say all over the world, on average, healthcare providers are not properly rewarded, and leaders in these developed countries recognize its consequential effects. So, they put in place measures to mitigate the negative impact on their healthcare system. The measure is not about raising the wages of healthcare providers to retain them, rather, how to attract skillful and experienced care providers from other poor countries to fill the gap. They put in place this sort of plan B because they see dissatisfied, trapped, well-trained healthcare providers in other countries, especially in some Asian and African countries. The nurses do not have the option of leaving for other better paying jobs. Owing to this, programs to attract foreign healthcare providers proved to be very, very effective. How is it so? A nurse in UK earns, let's say, £4,000 a month, and one in Ghana earns 3,000 Ghana cedis. To the UK nurse, £5,000 is inadequate, and 3,000 Ghana cedis is woefully inadequate for the Ghanaian nurse. However, if the Ghanaian nurse relocates and earns £3,000, he or she has more advantages over a UK citizen nurse who earns, say, £5,000. The Ghanaian nurse now has the benefits of converting pound currency into Ghana cedi, and that makes a huge difference. Today, June 2025, just £3,000 amount to over 41,000 Ghana cedis. How then do you compare, let's say, 40,000 Ghana cedis to mere 3,000 Ghana cedis? Clearly, this is part of the reasons leaders of developed countries succeed in filling the void left by dissatisfied citizens in their healthcare system. These huge discrepancies here in Ghana and abroad is fueling dissatisfaction and encourages more brain drain of our best professionals. As indicated, nurses are not being paid very well in most countries, and I have just explained how other countries are tackling the problem of low wages, thereby curtailing its effects on healthcare delivery. The question, however, is, will Ghana also adopt similar measures, and how can it be done? Looking at the bad economic conditions in the country, as the government is championing sending nurses to work abroad, will they bring in nurses from UK or Germany to work in Ghana? And if so, how much are they going to be paid? The same amount of 3,000 Ghana cedis given the Ghanaian nurse, or they will be paid equivalent of what they earn in their home countries? These questions are legitimate because when a Ghanaian nurse goes to work in the UK or USA, they are paid according to what local nurses they receive and not measured against what they were earning back home. The question again is, going by this principle, do you think the government of Ghana can retain a nurse who earns equivalent of 50,000 cedis in USA by giving him or her 3,000 Ghana cedi as a nurse in Ghana? Or could the government go about looking for more dissatisfied nurses in other countries and employ them well? I leave it to you to reflect on. As indicated in my other write-up on this subject, I encourage leaders in charge of healthcare delivery and political actors to collaborate and come out with a better wages for the Ghanaian nurses working in the country. This will incentivize hardworking ones to remain in the country to give out their best.